Nah,
Okay, cool. I need a little
sounds good to me.
circulation. Feels good to me. Oh man, look at that. We didn't see you there. Oh, we're just having a
Oh,
conversation.
whoa,
Oh man. I'll let you introduce yourself, man. Since you're the well-dressed man who did not tell me we were dressing up. I
bro!
literally wore
I
the
wasn't even
T-shirt I
dressing
had
up.
all day
Hey
on
man,
today.
I got jeans on. Your boy straight. Your boy clean.
Oh, ooh, and you got you got shoes on.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Your boy got the dub monks on.
Oh, hey, you know I appreciate you, man, because like sometimes like they have like those reporters out there who just dress up from the waist up, and
Oh
then they'll be in their drawers or something like that. I used to do the same thing in my work from home. Well, now actually, being a t-shirt and drawers. But I'm glad you did. I got on basketball shorts, but I got to prove that. But hey, I'm glad we're back, man. It's another week. It's another opportunity.
I mean, we are the Peachtree Devs. We took that hiatus, but we're back. Dealing
Oh
with some
yeah.
family stuff, but
Yeah, had a little family issue required me to drive out the Conyers, but everything's fine. So it worked itself well. Yeah, I just had to let somebody in. Basically, my sister got locked out. So yeah. But outside of that, I'm glad to be back. Glad to go over this topic and new topics, man. A lot of stuff has happened. Yeah, we
yeah,
have like the
like
two
we had our
minutes.
topics from last week, but we had to switch it up just because so much stuff is going on with the news.
Yeah, with everything, honestly. And before I start, man, shout out to my mother-in-law for these shades. I don't know where my shades are, and I kind of stole these from her. She comes into town tomorrow, so I'm gonna slip it back in her hand, and she's not even gonna notice. So yeah, shout out to my Jamaican mother-in-law. But
Hey,
we're almost at a 2 minutes, so let's get into this, man. Let's talk about the big elephant in the room in terms of Twitter right now. Yo, what up? What up? What up? What up,
what
Sarah?
up, Sarah?
Um,
Sorry, I mean, my bad. I can't read.
hey, so how do you feel about this whole Elon Musk situation? And before we go into like what's going on now,
Do like a
let's kind of
recap.
talk about the recap.
All
Let's
right,
give the viewers the recap or the audio listeners the recap.
bet. So it was either this past week or the week before. I forget the exact date, but your boy Elon Musk bought roughly a little over 9% of Twitter. Then he wanted to be on the board because I mean, yo, if you're the biggest owner, individual owner of a company, you probably want to have some type of say on how the company's ran.
Mm-hmm.
So the board was like pretty wish-washy. I mean, we don't know exactly how the vote went down, but essentially they ended up saying, "Cool, bet you can be on the board, but that depends on a background check and like whatever process they have." So some people think that he didn't pass the background check
There was
because he said no, but some other people think that he actually passed it and then he decided to say no.
So
There,
there's
that's
another reason. Apparently, I didn't know this. If you're part of the board of Twitter, you can only own up to 14%. That's it. Outside of that, you can't go beyond that in terms of shares of the company. So that
uh,
way, they limit their board members to shares.
from having too much power. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. And then there's also what I think most realistically is that as a board member, there's probably a code of conduct, just like when you work at a company, they have all these codes of conduct, and I imagine it's probably
Company
stricter.
policy.
It's probably stricter if you're like the face of a company, like you can't be doing all this stuff. And
Mhm.
then Elon was like, "Yo, I don't want to do all this shit. I want to do what I want to do when I want to do it." Like the example was how he was smoking weed on the Joe Rogan podcast last year, I think.
Oh yeah.
So like I'm pretty sure if he was on the board of Twitter, Twitter's like, yo, we can't do that.
Uh-oh.
So I'm thinking he declined it. And as I guess maybe most of our listeners or viewers probably saw, he's trying to buy the whole company now. He made a proposal. He filed with the SEC to buy out all the shares of Twitter for I want to say it was a little over $52 a share,
Mhm.
and then he wants to take the company private. So the reason why he would want to take it private is he just wants to run this shit the way he wants to run this shit when he owns it. A lot of people are thinking, "Oh, awesome, free speech." A lot of other people are thinking, "Yo, like this guy's crazy. He's gonna ruin Twitter. He's gonna do all this shit." So I don't know which way he's gonna take it, but I don't think he's gonna be able to do it because the shareholders have to vote to do it. I'm gonna look at it this way. A couple of years ago, it might have been last year, might have been 2 years ago. Who knows? Because like it was during the pandemic. Uh, Elon said he wanted to take Tesla private, and he couldn't do that. And that was a company that, like, he's been running for years. That, like, I don't think he actually started the company, but like he bought it when it was very early and
You
took
bought it.
over.
Yeah.
But like he's been running that company forever. Like for all intents and purposes, like he's been running that shit for like years. And if he couldn't do it to his own company, what makes people think that, oh, he can just buy every single share that's out there and then take this shit private? Like that's a way harder job to do than something that you already run and that the shareholders are like ride or die for you already. Like Tesla stock owners like loved Elon Musk. That shit's
Oh
like a
yeah, I
cult
mean,
pretty much.
yeah, I know some members of the cult who quit their jobs because they made so much money off the yeah, talking
Oh
about
yeah, and
hundreds of thousands.
shout out to him, for like, I mean, he actually gets fined for like doing this shit too. Like he'll like tweet out some shit and it's like there's tampering laws in the
Mhm.
SEC. Like you can't just like say some shit just to, like make the stock price go up or stock price go down. Like there's like rules like how in the NBA there's like no tampering rules, right? But I
Allegedly.
mean, people be doing that shit anyways, obviously.
Yeah,
It's just
allegedly.
what can you prove, right?
That's
So that's
true.
also why he wants to take Twitter private, I think. That way he can just do what he wants when he wants. He ain't got to worry about no regulations or
Mm,
nothing.
I think it's all right. So you got to think. I kind of see where he's coming from because when he makes the point of saying he wants to protect freedom of speech, you got to
Mhm.
go back in time. I'm talking 08, 09 Twitter when Twitter was at its first peak,
When
and
we was
every
wild boys,
wow boys, like you can find anything on Twitter, you can find anything being posted on Twitter, anything that you want to do. Um,
that shit was better than BitTorrent.
especially being in college, that was the perfect way to communicate. People didn't have their phones. Shit, I mean, they had Twitter.
Not everyone had
Oh,
smartphones, but everybody could text. You could text your tweets through back in the day.
yeah, from a computer, anything else. So
Yeah.
back then, Twitter was a wild, wild place. Yeah, there was a lot of bullshit on Twitter, but it was more freedom of speech in terms of like, I'm about to put on my American hat. I wish I have a flag right here, but I mean, it's the freedom of speech. There was the platform that was built upon. I mean, yeah, it kind of died down, and then Twitter like picked back up. Like, what do you want to say? Like 2015, 2016? Like when it,
Yeah, I want to say it's like it really blew up probably the last 5 years, five to
but
6 years.
my thing is like as of now, I feel like certain things aren't censored right now on Twitter. Granted, I don't agree with majority of the shit, and yeah, it should be. You can say it couldn't be censored, but at the end of the day, I mean, we're supposedly built on freedom of speech platform. I mean, you kind of lose your integrity or who you really was in terms of a platform for your shareholders, and that's what a lot of companies come down to. It's kind of like you got to please the shareholder no matter what when you become public versus being
Yeah.
private. So I kind of get where he's coming from, where he can do what the fuck he wants to do with the platform. Shit, he might keep it actually like, keep this thing free. Let
Yeah.
all the Trump supporters say what the fuck they want to say. Granted, I mean, don't go looking for the bullshit and the racist shit. It's out there. Shit, it's on Twitter now.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I get where he's coming from in terms of like protecting freedom of speech because I mean some people are getting censored and not just white people. I mean it's all type of people getting censored on Twitter. So
I
yeah.
just wish there was consistency. Like, I mean, I'm not like a pro censor guy. I believe in freedom of speech, but I also believe it's a private or not like a private company, it's a public company, but like it's not a government thing. So they can do whatever they want. But I just wish they were consistent, right? Like if they were saying, you know, uh, we don't allow extreme gore or extreme racism or extreme pornography or whatever rules they have, that they just keep it equal across the board, not just pick and
Mhm.
choose who they're censoring or who they're blocking. Like, um, like I'm pretty big in the stock game. I mean, I haven't been for the past couple months just because I've been grinding on other things. But like, there was this account called the Nancy Pelosi tracker. So like, for people that don't know, Nancy Pelosi, she's like a senator or whatever, or she was Speaker of the House, I think. I don't know, whatever.
It's
Some
old people in leadership. I
she's
know
a
who Lindsay is though.
I mean, we know who she is. I forget what her official role
Yeah.
is. Her official role is she's the one who's like pretty much running the country. Let's be real.
Hold on, let me look this shit up, man.
The
Oh yeah.
she's the
Yeah.
what are they called? The establishment Dems. Like they're
Yeah.
the ones that are like running this shit. And so if people are unaware, her salary is like less than what a senior engineer at a FANG company makes. Yet she's made millions of dollars these past couple of years trading stocks. Like, how do you consistently beat the market? Like, that's pretty much impossible to do. Like, these huge hedge funds and stuff that are like trading billions of dollars every day, they're only making like, let's say, for example, 7% profit, 8% profit, 10% profit. Meanwhile, she's over here doubling up, tripling up her money like every month.
So the
Because
account kind of like follows like when she
whatever
makes
trades she
trades.
makes, whatever trades, because they have to file it, right? Like they have to say that, um, like as a member, like when you make a big trade, like you have to file with the SEC. So like what this account did was like it would just scrape the data and be like, yo, they made this move. So then all the kids would be like, oh, bet. Because what it's coming down to is they're insider trading. Remember when Martha Stewart went to jail for insider trading?
Yeah, she went on
These
vacation.
government people, like the same way, like before COVID came out, like before the vaccine was going to come out, a lot of the senators and like, like the government people, they know that, this shit's going to happen before regular
Mhm.
people do. So they'll just buy all the shares in like Pfizer or Moderna or whatever. And then once the shit comes out and they're like, oh yeah, the government bought like, 2 billion doses or whatever, like, yo, obviously the stock's going to go up, and then they dump it all. So like they know what's going to happen, and then they make the moves like that. That's like how you consistently win, because you actually know what the hell's about to happen.
I mean, yeah, that's true. I mean, that's the dark
So
world of politics that actually makes sense.
yeah, so like that's actually like one of the benefits, because like I'm always thinking, I was like, bro, like the president of the U.S. only makes like $400,000 a year. Like
Hmm.
all that stress, I'm like,
And then you can
they
never
be,
drive again.
yeah, you can't do
That's like
none
a
of this.
weird fact.
Yeah, you can't. There's a lot of weird stuff with it. So I'm thinking like all these senators and congressmen, but that's like a weird thing, because there's countries like in other countries, elected officials are not allowed to trade stock, which makes sense to me.
We talking Canada?
I couldn't name them off rip, but
Oh,
they have laws that like they either restrict them outright, or they restrict them, like they can only do X amount or whatever. Because the whole idea is like you want them to look out for what's best for the country, not necessarily what's good for their pocket. Because if they're all invested up in this company, all of a sudden they're going to probably start giving that company government contracts rather than the best company, and all
true.
types of like collusion and shit, right? And it might not be what's best for the country. So that's to prevent
So,
that.
and I hate to get sidetracked right here. Being that this is random, and I forgot to ask you this last week.
Mm-hmm.
Being that you're a dual citizen in Canada, can you buy property there still? Because
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard the new law where pretty much they preventing anyone who's not a citizen from buying property.
Yeah, dual citizenship, baby. I can buy
I
property. I
mean,
was born there. So like
yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like natural born citizen there. So like, but it's
Yeah, 'cause
like Toronto's too expensive, and like there's nothing in the rest of Canada pretty much. Vancouver's nice.
I'm thinking like
Montreal's nice.
Montreal, man. I love Montreal,
Oh
man.
yeah. But
You know,
all that shit's
I
too
know a little
expensive.
I know a little French too. I can get a little by it, man. You know.
Oh, oh,
Oui, ça
parlez-vous
va.
en français?
Oh, hey, oui, ça va bien, merci. Et pour vous, bonjour, mais who?
Oh, omelette du fromage.
Oh, and I know Philly Margon Bouche.
What's that?
LA Poop.
Zip la bouche.
No, Zip LaBouche. Yeah. I don't know, random fact. I meant to ask you
Mhm.
that last week. But
Yeah, I mean,
back
actually, I hadn't heard of that law, but like, I can buy land because like, I got full citizenship rights. Like, I don't make money out there. Otherwise, like, I would have to like file taxes and stuff for Canada,
mhm.
vote in Canada and stuff like that too. Um, but I don't like, I haven't been there in years, so like, I don't really do none of that shit.
Dang, when are you going back to the homeland?
Next month, my cousin's getting married.
Oh man. Oh
Yeah.
wait. Our old intern?
No, her big sister.
Okay. How's the intern doing?
Yeah, she's doing good. I mean, she's stressed out doing all this wedding planning shit.
Okay.
She's doing
Man,
good.
I miss
She
the
works out.
intern.
She's got a job doing um like product media management type stuff for for like a consultancy company, like a media agency.
Yeah.
And they're doing stuff with what's that Microsoft thing that all the companies use? For like
Skype.
their no, not Active Directory, but it's like for their websites or whatever, like for their data. It's kind of like Confluence, but it's like the Microsoft Confluence.
Like the Atlassian or something like that, or
Something like that.
one of their products. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't use
But
them.
she's doing good overall. So,
That's
we got
cool.
her.
That's cool. That's cool. All right.
Yeah.
So shout out to the intern though. But back to the
Up to
discussion
the
of
interns. Speaking of interns, shout out to that boy Musa, dog. Peachtree intern.
oh shout out to Musa, man. We have to go ahead and get this space together where we just start recording back in person again and just bring Musa on, man.
Shit, I'm about
We
to
definitely gotta
message
get that
him.
going again. Hey, hit him up. But all right, so back to Elon Musk. I don't know if you
Mhm.
guys are DC fans. I don't know if you guys have seen Superman or whatever. Superman always had this villain. He wasn't a villain. It depends on how you look at the guy. The guy was a genius, so he really wasn't a villain, but he was kind of like a villain. But he was portrayed as the villain, but he just outsmarted the world's strongest man. That was it. And I think that's Elon Musk in terms of what he's doing right now. Trying to get people on Mars, also trying to get these Teslas on the road, and
SharePoint. Soros. My
SharePoint.
bad.
Forgot all
Yeah,
about that.
SharePoint.
This man's Lex Luthor, man. He's a good villain. A good villain to have, is what I'm saying. It's like a necessary evil out there,
He's like
in my
not to be like
opinion.
not to be pro or anti Elon. I will say he's the most interesting billionaire we've had. Like
I
nobody
got
cared about Warren Buffett. Nobody cared about Bill Gates. Nobody cared about Bezos like that. But like people care about what Elon Musk is doing, and it's very polarizing. People love him or hate him.
I will say Michael Jordan.
Oh yeah, Michael Jordan, Michael Jordan.
It's Michael Jordan, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like, come on, Michael Jordan
yeah. Yeah,
always
I
made
forget. I forget
headlines
about Michael
for random
Jordan.
shit all the time. You saw the photo of
Like
him
I say
grabbing Mary J.
billionaire.
Blige's ass.
I say billionaire, and Michael Jordan is a billionaire. But
Yeah.
I mean, the top 10 richest people in the
Oh,
world
oh,
level.
oh,
Like,
yeah. He's a
yeah.
very interesting character,
Because like people
and
don't care about those top 10 guys. Like people care
but
about like Jay-Z. People care about, like cool billionaires like Rihanna. She's a cool billionaire.
but my thing is like is great at the same time because like he's already fucking shit up. He buys 9% of Twitter and just like decides to rock the boat essentially.
Yeah.
He's already floating the ideas like, hey, we're working from home. Let's turn this whole headquarters to a homeless shelter, which makes a lot of good sense.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like, yo, it's a slap in the face to some of the employees already there.
Yeah, because Jeff
Wow.
Bezos responded to that thing because like they did that at Amazon. They turned one of their buildings, like one of the floors, into a homeless shelter.
Oh,
And
really?
then because like these big companies like they like having their employees like volunteer. So like, hey, it's super easy if you want to volunteer, you can just go to like the 10th floor or whatever and volunteer or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So like Amazon did that. And then he was because like he responded to that tweet that Elon said, and then he was like, "Bet we should probably do that." I think that's super cool
Yeah,
because
that's
like
really cool.
yeah, like you might as well make use of this stuff. Like that's one of the reasons why all these companies want people to in person because they're like, "Yo, we're paying all this rent, or we paid all this money to build this building. Like we about to use this shit."
Yeah. I mean, then you got like, here's the thing. So you got people like Eric Schmidt, the old old CEO, co-founder of Google, well, over Alphabet now. He released a statement this past week about because they recently went back to work. So everybody's back in the office and things of sort, 3 days a week.
Oh, they're
He's
back in the
basically
office at Google.
yeah. It's more of a hybrid thing, but it's gonna go to 3, it's gonna go to 4, and it's gonna go to 5.
It's some bullshit. Is what it
But
is.
it sucks because he comes out and says, how are the managers are able to improve their skills or manage their staff if no one's in the office? Well, my thing is like, why does it fucking matter? Like, anyway, it's just like as long as the work gets done. There, it's just that
Managers
older,
you can
yeah,
still improve your skills. Just do that shit on Zoom.
yeah. I just feel like it's just that older mentality of just like everyone's in the office. I want to be able to see you there. Basically, it's just like to me, it's like an overbearing parent. It's just like,
Yeah.
hey, don't go too damn far. Hey, don't go past this road right here. I need to see you outside the window or something
Mhm.
like that. I just want to see you there. Like,
I don't
you
see
may
you
not even
working
be
hard while
productive
you're
at home.
working. Yeah,
I
that's
mean, you're not going to be
bullshit.
productive in the office. Like, I go in the office 3 days a week, probably 2 days a week, 3 days max. And that's just by choice. And even when I'm there, probably work like in the office, like probably 3 to 5 hours and then go back home and knock out some work. But I don't know. It's just the idea of just just being in the office now, especially after 2020, bro. That shit's weird. Like it's crazy to say. That shit's weird now. Like think about this, bro. When we worked at Orange Company, we had to get there at work. Our stand up was at what time, man?
This, I would pull up right as stand up was starting, so like
Yeah.
9:15.
Stand up will be at 9:15. I'll be parking at 9:13. And it takes me a good 5 minutes to get upstairs. So by the
All
time
the
I get upstairs,
elevators, like it was a big
yeah,
building.
it's a huge building. And it was just the idea of just they wanted everyone in the office because
Yeah.
they had their whole pair program and shit. So it's kind of like
You could pair
everyone need
program
to
at
be
home
there.
though, like
Exactly. And like this whole dynamic of people going to the office anyway, it really sucks, bro, because it's kind of like people don't work the same. So like I'm a night owl. Like I rather just do my thing, put a couple hours into work during the day, whether it be work or whether it be personal work. I'm up at night. Like every night, I'm up at night, 2, sometimes 3 in the morning. I'll wake up, barely wake up, basically at 8:39, and then just do it all over again. But it was
yeah.
just, I rather just get my best work done at night versus just like during the day. But it's like,
Yeah.
you force people to come in early and shit like that and adhere to your
Fight
rules.
traffic.
Yeah, like,
Uh,
bro, you know how to, like, okay, so I used to work at Georgia Tech, you knew that. But back then, I used to live in Conyers with my mom's. Like, this is when I first graduated college. I kid you not, bro. Every day on the way back, no matter which route I took, it was an hour and a half to get there. So, like, why even like go through that bullshit and just every day, bro? Like, it was
every
insane.
day.
That was one of the major motivations for me buying a crib in the city anyway. So it was just I couldn't do this shit no more.
No, I feel that.
Yeah, so I don't know why these companies like now after 2 years are gonna expect these people really to come back to the office like willingly. Cause shit, people are just gonna quit.
Yeah, like I think the ideal way for them to do it is just do it hybrid, but not hybrid in terms of like, oh, this many days home. It should be do what you want to do. If you want to
Mhm.
come to the office because maybe your apartment's small and or it's maybe you got a lot of people, like maybe you got kids and you need to get away, cool, come to the office. But if you're chilling at home working, chill at home and work.
Yeah, but
Because like
it
we're
also
lucky that we got extra rooms to like make our office rooms. Like, you got the studio over there. I got this joint here.
yeah,
Like we're lucky in that sense. Like I can see the other side, but it's like, bro, the fact that you have to force people to do anything, like that's where shit's fucked up.
that's where it gets fucked up, man. It goes against our American ways.
Facts, bro. Trying to get this freedom up, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, it really, I don't know, it's going to cause a lot of migration. It already is now. I mean, I just recently had a chat with my recruiter insight guy yesterday. Yeah, it's a lot of turmoil going on. He benefits the most off of it because he just places people at new jobs. So
Get that
it's going to be a
fee.
big shift and another like great their quote unquote resignation, especially in the tech industry. But dog, one thing I'm learning is like, so if a company is in a dip, a lot of like devs would take a job there, so they'll get their stock grants at that price point, and then it'll go up from there. I
Yeah.
was like, whoa! I recently learned that. I didn't
Yeah,
know.
like
I wasn't aware of this.
yeah. No, that's definitely a thing. Like my stock at my company is up 20% since I signed. So, it's I mean, I wasn't necessarily looking for to get in at a dip, but it just worked out nicely. But like, I can
Yeah,
definitely see that,
yeah.
especially for like more senior people. Like a lot of these people get hundreds of shares of
Hmm.
this company stock. So we ain't on that level yet, but
We'll get there. We'll get there. One day. Just gotta believe.
facts,
But
facts.
hey, man. Oh, okay. So I didn't talk to you about this either. Random. You got that tech? You got the tax stuff I sent you via email?
Yes, I haven't done it yet, but I need to.
Okay, I haven't done my taxes either, man. When do
It's
we get to this
due
point?
Monday, I think, right?
Yeah, I might do mine tonight or tomorrow. All I know, being married is the first time I ever did like joint
Bro, you about
taxes.
to feel great,
Man, I ain't feel nothing, bro.
bro.
Ash
Compared to
had like,
last year,
bro. Ash put my numbers in her her after she put hers in, it went up $10.
Oh yeah,
$10. But that was before the business stuff. But $10. Man, remember
bro,
back in the day we used to run the new taxes when that shit was available, man, just to get our little bands or whatever.
bro.
And then
Because
all these people.
let me tell you, based on like my tax bracket and like when I was compared to single to married, I saved over last year. I saved over $30,000 in taxes, bro. I was just like, this is the best. All I needed was just to sign this paper at the courthouse. But like,
Yeah.
it's
I
crazy, dude.
mean, yeah. Yeah.
Because it
The
drops
situation.
you. If you're lucky, it'll drop you an entire tax bracket. You know.
I didn't.
Like I went from like federal paying like 36% or something like that to like 20 something percent. I was like, bruh.
Oh yeah, man. You remember them days we didn't make any money and taxes meant a lot, or it's just like
Bro, we used to
it was like
spend our tax returns at the club.
right before 90 mark. The club, man. Hey, shit. One time I bought a new I bought countertops with one of my tax returns.
Hey, out of your
Yeah.
increasing your assets value. I see you, the smart investor.
Exactly. Hey, that was the only smart time I did that. Otherwise, I spent money on dumb shit. So
Hey, I
yeah,
mean,
that's how I
you know,
know
when
it
you start
was.
getting money, you're liable to do some dumb shit. I know I did.
Yeah, that's very true. That is very true.
The key is that we didn't mess up so bad and that we're able to learn off of those mistakes, you know?
Or we did mess up so bad the fact that we actually recovered. So that's another
Yeah, the fact that
positive
we're
news there
able
too as well.
to recover or are recovering, like, you know, we out here doing it.
True. 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 True.
College day
But yeah,
taxes.
man. Oh, Musa, back in the day when my you're right. So pretty much Musa saying like that college days of just filing taxes. Man, back when my actually like tax return actually affected me when I put it my student loans in and I actually made some money off that.
Yeah,
Man, those are glory days. Those are
for
glory
sure.
days. But hey, here we are, man. We chose this lifestyle. We chose this and I can't lie, man. Some my homeboy, every time I talk about taxes, they be saying, "Oh shit, Republican Rick coming out." I'm like, "Oh hell." I'm like, "Hey, don't put me in no group, man." But
Bro, all it is, you
but
start paying more than 6 figures in taxes, you know, you start
if
thinking.
you can lower my shit, I might rock with you. I'm just saying. Oh man.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
man.
speaking of Republicans, that boy passed constitutional carry.
Oh
Like he
yeah.
signed it,
So
yeah.
So a lot of people are confused about it because I'm not gonna lie. Like every time I see the ad or I see like a news article about it, they'll just say Biden approve. I mean, sorry. Oh, Kemp approves bill. Pretty much,
Mhm.
you can allow guns now, but it's really you don't have to have a concealed permit anymore. You still have to have a
Yeah.
permit, but
You still have like to get a gun, it's still the same process. You still get
yeah,
the FBI background check. You still have to like wait for all that to come back. Now it's just you can conceal carry. Before, people probably don't realize, but in Georgia, like you could keep a gun in your house or in your car without a license. You could walk around with a rifle out in the open. You could even have a gun just, but it couldn't be concealed. Like you could have that shit on your hip as long as
you
people
bring a
could
gun to
see it.
church.
Yeah, like all that was
My
already thing. Now
mom,
it's just, you know,
my
if you want to
mom's
hide
recently
one like
told
with a
me,
holster or something, you know,
yeah,
now you
yeah,
don't need a license.
sorry. My mom's told me at her church they have a sign that says you can't bring guns in, but the security officers can bring the guns in the church. Man, I remember somebody showed me a tweet recently that said, hey, pretty much I'm in here to praise the Lord, but I also got my strap just in case anybody wants to meet the Lord. And I was like, wait, what?
That's good. That's good.
But hey, man, Georgia's slowly turning into Texas, man. Mark my words, man. Everybody's gonna be have a strap, have a gun.
I mean, we're already one of the most heavily armed states. People just don't
Mm-hmm.
realize. It's just it's just interesting, right? Because like I'll be seeing people like on Twitter talking about, oh my god, blah blah this, and I'm like, bro, you don't even live in Georgia. Like you don't even know what it's like out here. You know,
True.
it's like the
True.
people
I
that are
mean,
criticizing it, and like the
I
way I'm
mean,
looking, like it's not like they made it easier to get guns. The getting guns process is the exact same. It's just now you can conceal it, and um, before, to conceal it, you'd have to file with the county, do like, like pay these fees, and then like the counties are obviously backed up months and months and months for COVID and stuff. Like people like getting marriage licenses, like that shit, like you have to wait months to get your marriage license now. So
Mm-hmm.
the whole idea is like, bro, criminals are gonna do criminal shit. They're gonna conceal that shit with or without a license. So maybe make it easier for law-abiding citizens to have their weaponry on them.
I mean, true, true. But I look at it as like some people don't even understand the laws in
Yeah, they
general.
don't realize that
They make
like it's
yeah,
like
they may
anybody
get
can
the
get one.
permit
Yeah.
and they may think they're good. Just I mean, I know people with permits and guns. Um, I've seen people with like straps in their pocket, the back pocket or whatever,
Mhm.
with a shirt underneath. But it's kind of like they're unaware. It's like, hey, I have a legal firearm, but I didn't know I couldn't conceal. Now that Bill's gone,
It's a lot of
so
people going to jail for that too. Yeah.
yeah. So it's like you're
Like,
reducing the amount of people going to jail, which is a good thing, man.
yeah.
But I get what you're saying, man. Hey, people gonna have guns legally, people have guns illegally. It is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, the way I look at it, as long as they're not making it, it's not like they're getting rid of like the gun regulations. They're saying that, oh yeah, anybody can just go buy a gun. I'm
Yeah.
definitely not for that.
Yeah, where you can just go to Walmart and swipe my card and I'm good to go.
Yeah, like they still have to do FBI background checks and stuff. I'm like, cool, that's cool. Like that, I know
But
because
what
like,
about the gun shows? Can't you just buy a gun straight up?
I think there's a loophole with that, but here's the thing: like, it's not like they made it easier. Like this law
Mm,
doesn't affect that. Like all the laws that were on the books are all already on the books except the concealed carry stuff,
okay.
right? And for gun shows, I think you have to I don't think it's every type of gun. I think it's like specific types of guns. I'm not 100% sure, so whatever, right? But
Mm.
cuz I mean, the guns that I got, like all my shit is legit. It's all registered with who it needs to be registered with like the ATF or the
Oh.
FBI.
Hey man, who will let them know just in case they they,
Hey
they were
bro,
they were
your boy,
pondering
your boy got some tools, living out here in the suburbs, you never know.
out there in West Cobb.
Dangerous ass Cobb County, right?
Yeah, West Cobb. Yeah, it's yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I need
Like,
to get a strap. I still don't have one. Oh crap! I shouldn't have said that online. Oh crap! Somebody might come try me.
I mean, I got you with the
No.
recommendations, dog. Like,
Oh, okay. All
I
right.
know
Well,
what
how
you
about this?
need.
Let's schedule something for Sunday, man. Let's meet up. I might buy something on Sunday.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I'm a married man now. I feel like I gotta
You
protect
gotta
my
protect your
family.
family, dog.
That's true. I
At the
mean,
end of the
these
day,
will get me. These will get me so far. They got me
yeah.
won me some battles, and I lost a few, but they got me.
What you
But
need to do is get Ashley trained up.
oh, I have. I mean, that's the thing is like I don't know which gun to actually buy. So I've shot nines, I've shot 50 cals, I've shot like um 22s, like all type of like handguns mainly. I even shot like one automatic, which was fun.
Mhm.
But I don't know, just never really found anything that spoke to me to get. And I don't care about the colors and like the gold guns. I'm not gonna lie. Okay,
That's
fuck
just
that.
fly. That's
If I
just
can find
fly.
a golden gun, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get a golden gun.
You
So
can get that shit. Oh shit, what's up, Ash?
oh yeah,
Yo,
we're going
pull
to
up
the
on us.
we're
We'll do
going to
that.
the gun.
I
All
got
right,
the
let's do it this
AR.
Sunday.
Your boy got the Glock. We out here. Because
Hey,
I've been teaching my wife, and it's funny because she didn't believe me initially. Well, like when I built the AR, I was like, "Yo, like the AR is gonna be your gun, and the handgun will be mine." Because in her mind, it was like, "Yo, this big ass gun. What am I gonna do with it?" But it's easier to shoot like a rifle than it is to shoot a handgun because like your body braces for the recoil and everything. So like she was
oh,
pretty
okay.
good with the AR. With the handgun, we're training still. So,
I was thinking like get her like one of those pea shooters, like those little stripper guns they put in their purse.
bro, them shits are hard. The smaller the gun, the harder it is to shoot.
Oh,
Like,
really?
yeah, because like the recoil, like the force of the bullet, like it's an explosion. Now, if you have a
Mm.
bigger gun, like it's all metal, it's all like polyurethane or like polymer, like it absorbs some of the recoil before it hits your body. So like if you have
Okay.
less stuff taking the recoil, like all that recoil is going into your wrist, into your arm.
Oh snap! Hey, I'm
Yeah,
learning
so
something new
like
every day.
yeah, oh yeah, because I took Musa shooting and like he shot my rifle, he shot my Glock. He was like, yeah, dude, like the Glock was way harder than the AR.
All right, we got to link back up then, man. We got to link back up on that note. But man, dang, I love having our podcast. We don't have shit planned. Just go with the flow.
We just have a
Um,
random title and we're like, all right, we're gonna talk about these
we're
topics,
gonna talk
and
about
now
these
we're talking
topics.
about guns and shit.
Talking about guns and safety in the state of Georgia. Woo! And all this
Yeah,
stuff.
gun safety is
Man,
very important. If you're gonna be around guns, you should learn how to be safe around them, right?
that is very true. That is very true. Man, so man, all right. I'm really excited about going to the gun range now.
Got you,
You know,
dog.
exercising my Second Amendment rights.
Might as well, dude. Paying these taxes.
Hey, she ain't playing, bro. So, oh yeah, since Ashley in the chat, yeah, I'm gonna do the taxes tonight. Probably do them tonight, tomorrow. I don't know,
I
like
gotta do
the
mine
way,
still.
bro. The way I've always like my mom used to always do her taxes like after the deadline, and it got to a point where we had this guy named Vic, and I'm not gonna lie, he was a cool guy, man. But only thing is like he used to walk around barefoot, and he used to only work during tax season, so he will do our taxes. And he already knew like my mom will always be late, so he'll automatically file the extension for her. So that's how I was raised. It was like, yo, I just do my taxes. Like, when's the deadline? All right, I
I
do my
call an
taxes then.
extension. I might just do that.
You said how?
Yeah, it's probably just on the website.
Yeah, you can just file on the website. You just got to pay like a small fee, but you can just file the extension,
Yeah, I'll just
especially if you owe. Or you can just. I like the IRS, man. If you got to pay, there's some things like I don't understand how people get caught up with the IRS. Man, you can talk to them and just say, "Hey, man, set me up a payment plan." They give you a low ass rate and just pay the IRS. I don't ever
yeah.
want to end up owing the IRS more than my tax refund or whenever my tax refund turns red.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I don't play those games with them, man. I look. I'll mess around and miss a phone bill. I'll mess around and miss the internet bill just because I forgot to turn the auto pay on. But IRS, oh hell no, bro.
No,
Paying that shit right now on the spot.
nah, bro. They ain't trying to Wesley snipe me.
Exactly. All right. So the last topic I put in there in terms of like reinstalling belief. The reason why I put that in there is because there's he's a friend of mine's brother. He's a kid he's trying to figure out life and stuff like that. He lives with his dad in Florida. Uh, he reminds me of myself. He reminds me of you a little bit too as well. He wants to become a developer. He wants to become an engineer. So right now he's like researching stuff on his own. It's funny. He hit me up about buying a computer. He said his homeboy was trying to flip a computer for 500. And I said, what type of computer was it? He was like a Lenovo. I said, man, just buy a new computer, man. You ain't gotta find no goddamn used computer, no Windows PC.
You get a brand new Lenovo for like 500 anyways, I feel like.
Yeah, so he's gonna end up getting that one. But and here's the thing: is like he heard about in terms of like our podcast, and I hang out with his sister. Shout out to Bree, but he's basically always been the type of person like who just didn't believe, bro. And that's a messed up thing. It's just like I get it because like growing up for myself too as well. I mean, we didn't know that this was a big thing. I mean, especially in the Black community, we didn't know like being a coder, or developer, or software engineer, which is the right term, was a big thing, or like anything like was successful. I mean, shit. I was just pushed being a rapper, being in the music industry, which is nothing wrong with that, but like sports and stuff like that. But that was it. That was the
The
only thing we were put.
numbers, like, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just the numbers. That shit's unlikely to like make it as like a musician or like an athlete or something.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Shout out to my boy Ant. He's a friend of mine, back in my music management days, and now
Hey,
he has his own studio, and he just told me he went to the Grammys too as well for the first
oh
time. So I
shit!
was like, oh,
Shout out to Ed
this
for
is pretty
for
dope.
real.
Yeah, it's just pretty dope.
Is he with Great
But
Hustle?
no. He's doing his own thing with producing. He actually he won an award. And here's the funny thing with this guy, man. I love this guy, man. My boy Anthony Wiley. His name was Kid Class as a rapper. All he needed was the power of belief because it was like if we didn't get that grand hustle meeting because of me saying, "Hey, bro, come on, I believe in you, bro. Come on, let's go up here, man. You a good ass rapper." He wouldn't have did it. And it's funny because he tells me, "You heard a song by Young Joe TikTok?
Yeah. Oh, he produced it.
He produced it. Like he produced the track, and then like I was like, oh shit, I didn't know you produced that, man." He said, yeah. And he told me how he recently won an award for a gospel track that he produced, and he didn't think it was gonna blow up. And then man, I ain't gonna lie, bro, it almost brought me to tears. But he was like, he said, "Yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie, Rick. Every time I do an interview, and I didn't even know he even do interviews, he was like,
This man's out here doing interviews, getting awards, going to the Grammys.
yeah." He was like, he brings me up. Like he says, if it wasn't for Rick, like telling me, like, he believed in me and his music shit, I wouldn't be here right now. And I was like, damn. When he told me that, I was like, damn, bro. You never know who you can like help in terms of belief. Because sometimes, like when you're doing something new, bro, we got that doubt. We got that doubt in our
Oh, yeah.
mind. When you were trying to become a software engineer, I'm pretty sure you had that doubt. I had plenty of doubt, bro. I didn't think I was gonna be successful in it. I didn't think I was gonna be better than the white guys who excelled in it at that time. So it was kind of like
Yeah,
you
and
didn't have
like
that sense of belief.
you have like an interview, and then you get those rejections, and like that shit don't feel good, and that compounds the doubt, right? Like you just
The
gotta
no replies.
yeah, you just gotta push through that shit. Like that shit sucks,
Yeah.
but like that's what it needs. Like that's what it takes. Like because like a part of it for me was like I mean, well, to get my first tech job, it was like, yo, bro, like I'm homeless. I got to do something. But even after that, like when I was applying in the future, like other past jobs, and I get no's or like no replies, I'd always think I'm like, damn, bro. Like for example, we got my boy Musa in here, and I'm like, damn, dude. Like I put Musa onto tech, and if I'm out of here doubting myself, like, what's he gonna think?
Yeah.
Right. So I'm like, damn, like I gotta ball out just to like make sure like all the kids that I put on, like my friends, I'm like, they're like, shit, if Mabel can do it, I could do this shit, you know?
Exactly. And that's the biggest thing. And that's my reason behind this whole platform at all. Is like if I can do it, I'm pretty sure these other kids can do this shit too as well.
Mhm.
Like the McCray kids, Lithonia kids, they can do it too as well.
Bro, we
And
went to
just they
the
don't
worst
have that
schools
sense
in
of
the
belief.
country, pretty much, you know? Like,
Yeah, yeah. I saw my first guns in school. They had drugs in school.
yeah.
Like I see everything in school, but
Yeah, we'd have like the
everything.
police raids where all the students would have to line up, and then they go through
Mhm.
everybody's bags
Or
and
the
whatnot,
dogs will be.
lockers,
They'll
and
say intruder alert, a fake intruder alert, and they'll bring the dogs in to go ahead and sniff everyone's lockers.
then
Um,
you know they the next day at school, half the kids wouldn't be in school because you know they'd be in jail or some shit, you know?
yeah,
Having, you
yeah,
know, a little bit of whatever they have on them.
yeah. But I mean, back to it. But in terms of the belief aspect, I just feel like even if you show those kids like, hey, you can write code and do this too. Like, I mean, I don't know, you just change a child's life. Like I wanted to bring up an individual right now that we know to start with and later C. He didn't know anything about programming. And then
Mhm.
out of nowhere, I was like, hey, man, you're a smart individual. Like, I know, like, you're very smart. You're intelligent. I know you can excel at this shit probably better than me. And then now he's writing code, making six figures right now. He changed his whole, he was a biology major. He wanted to switch things up. Fuck it, Cody. He wanted
Shout
to
out to
switch
Cody.
things. He wanted to
Shout out to
switch things
Cody.
up. I hope he's getting his situation resolved. But yeah, man, I mean, it was just a sense of belief just in one individual. Like even if you got belief in yourself, bro. Because like growing up as a kid, bro, I was told by and that's why it goes back to like sometimes like your biggest detractors are like the ones closer to you,
Yeah,
or
like
like
family
especially as a
members.
child
Yeah, they'd be like,
because they never
"Oh, get your head
seen.
out of the
Yeah,
clouds, you know, go do something realistic," type
yeah.
shit. Like I remember when I was
What
a
are you doing
kid.
going to California? You trying to go to tech? What the hell is tech? You need to become a doctor, man. Who?
Yeah, like even when I was little, like I was a kid, and I remember like I was probably in sixth grade, seventh grade, and I was like, "Oh snap!" Like, was it the Dodge Viper had just come out or something? Like, yo, that's a cool car. I'm gonna have me a car like that one day, you know. And like aunts and uncles would laugh and shit, right? And I'm like, that's not a good
Mm-hmm.
feeling when you're a kid. I mean, right? I still ain't got no Viper. I'm gonna keep it a buck though. Like, I don't even want a Viper anymore. But like, I can go buy one right now if I wanted to. Like,
True. I wanted a PT Cruiser at one point.
yeah, right. Like everyone's like, no, you gotta be realistic. You gotta buy like a Civic. And to be fair, my first car was a Civic. Ain't nothing wrong with Civics, but it's like, bro, like if your own family members are saying you ain't gonna do shit, like people you look up to say you ain't gonna do shit, like that shit wears on you.
Yeah, it wears on you, and especially as a child, and it only like
Mm.
shrinks your mindset down to this bubble, to where
Yeah.
like they only seen these things as successful. You should do the same thing, but instead you just go against the grain. Like I said, bro, growing up, I literally heard like I would never be successful based on how I talk right now, and I had
Mhm.
the same on accent I had since I was a kid in Lithonia to like right now, and
Mhm.
it's kind of crazy, like. And here's the thing, and I thank God for this. Pretty much, I am a type of guy who prove people wrong. I love that
Mm.
shit. I love seeing when I prove you wrong. I look on somebody's face and just laugh at them, and just because so it's like that was my power of belief right there. Where it was just like I wanted to. If I quit now, that means I feel like I lost. I failed. So I got no choice but to believe. So I mean, that was my whole basis of me, becoming a programmer and shit like that. It was just
Mhm.
shit. I'm gonna fail, but I'm gonna win because I mean, I'm
Fuck
gonna win
losing.
and I'm gonna keep my same authentic self. Like right now, I go to meetings all the time and I speak with my accent or whatever. I had a meeting today. I was trying to damn, I forgot what word I was trying to pronounce, but like my southern accent, it came out hard. And I'm talking to a guy who's in the Bay Area, and he's like, "Yeah, I got a hard time pronouncing that word too." I was like, "Hey, nah, man, it's just how I speak,
That's
man." I
just
was
how I
just
say it,
like,
bro. That ain't even.
that's how I say things. My Spanish teacher said, "Speak with confidence," because they'll figure out what you're talking about. So, but it was crazy. It was like that was the basis of just how I was. It was like somebody always thought like you won't be successful based on how you speak. And I never forget like getting an internship one time and going to that person just saying like, "Ew, I got this internship," and then I told him it was a Foot Locker internship. I ain't gonna lie, it was like I did it. I wanted to do it because I wanted the shoes, and this is like young 20-year-old Rick who just still like kicks. I like kicks now, but I like higher quality kicks now. But I was just trying to get the discount. So me getting an internship on the spot, I was like, yo, hell yeah. I did it with my little southern slang, all this shit. And then I said, yo, I got the internship. It was like, oh, it's just Foot Locker. So I was like, oh, all right, bet. Move the goalpost. So my thing is like always proving people wrong in terms of like who doubted me, especially in childhood. I was a hard headed kid. I was a real hard
Mhm.
headed kid. So the power of belief, man, and where we at right now. I mean, we believed in a podcast too as well. We believed in the ventures we were doing in between, and
Yeah, for sure.
yeah,
Like,
I it's that sorry, that's real, man. In terms of like the family pressures as a grown adult, because it's like it was wired into us as children. Like we're helpless kids, and
yeah,
you know how they always say like, "Hey, what do you want to be when you grow up?" All the kids say some cool shit. Astronaut. Of course, people say like football player. I mean, doctor, lawyer.
yeah. Like
Um,
people wanted to be like a jet fighter plane pilot or just like cool
yeah,
shit. Like,
yeah. I was a
and then
kid. I
you
wanted
ask
to
them
be
in
a
high
garbage man.
school, and that's the same kids in high school. They're like, I'm gonna be a lawyer. I'm gonna be an accountant. Like, like people
I
take
mean,
their
the
expectations and they
cab. It
bring
was
the
like it was like I want to rap or I want to produce.
yeah.
That was it, bro. That was
I
that
mean,
was the
that's what
only two
everyone start
options.
off with, and at the end, it was like, yeah, I'm just because then McRae is like, yeah, I'm just gonna take over my dad's farm, pretty much. Like,
Which is a nice move
it's
too as
not
well.
bad. It's not bad.
It's
It's a
not
look.
bad.
We need farmers. I mean,
And you
shit, I'm
get
trying to buy
land.
some farmland. You feel me,
Hey, shit. I might need to get some farmland the way these grocery prices and gas prices going up. I
bruh? I
could
actually looked at
grow my
a
own
few
shit.
acres. I looked at a few acres this past weekend out here in
Oh,
West
it's
Cobb.
cheap, bro. Oh, West Cobb. Hey, it's
Like,
cheap up there.
like
Like an hour up.
a mile down the road from me. I'm like, damn, it's residential, but I could rezone it as commercial and build like a strip mall there or some shit, dog. It's like a mile down the street
Mm.
from my house. Get that rent money going,
We might need to talk, bro. Because how was the expansion in West Cobb, by the way?
bro. It's coming up. It's
You
coming
guys
up,
got like a Publix or a future Publix in the
bro.
area,
We got
or
a Publix a mile down the road. We got three Krogers within 2 miles.
what
Got a
about Whole
Target a
Foods?
mile down the house. Starbucks, all that shit.
What about Whole
La
Foods?
Paria, 2 miles down the street from your boy. That's the Atlanta. That's how you know you got a La Paria. You got shit
I know
popping
about
up.
I know about La Parrilla, man. It's over there by on Howell Mill. I like that
Yeah, they
place.
got the Howell Mill one. There's one in North Druid Hills now. Yeah, there's one over here now.
It's
There's
kind of
one
like
in
if
there was one in
you
East
got a
Cobb that I
Desta
used to hit up.
Ethiopian kitchen, you made it too
Desta.
as well in that
Yeah,
area.
Desta. That spot's dope. I haven't been there since the pandemic. Now that I think about it.
Oh, you should go back, man. They opened 2 more locations.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
shit, dude.
yeah.
Yeah, like
But
that's the
no, go
thing,
ahead,
right?
man.
Like, what's that?
No, I'm saying my bad. I was gonna let you go ahead, sir.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say like shit's popping off here though, and like that's the move, man. Like that's the next step in I think our progression, and like this is also like I was like telling my boys that I put onto the tech game. It's like cool. Now we're making some money. Don't blow it all. Put it away and try to like figure out how to make your money work for you.
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
coming from the fighting game background, there's this like famous video of this New York Street Fighter player who's like legendary. He's like probably at the time he was like top 2 or 3 in New York, so like that made him like pretty much top 10 in the country. And he always said like, "Yo, I'm tired of working for the money. I want the money to work for me. Pick a top tier character. Like just because you like this character, but if he's shitty, like stop playing the shitty character just because you like it. Like play a good character." That was his idea, but I'm like, bro, at the end of the day, like if I can make my salary in side businesses where I don't got to do nothing, that gives me the freedom to do what I want with my life, and I don't feel like I'm beholden to, oh, I have to wake up, I have to do this job, I have to do that. Like if I got this backup income, I can be like, cool, man, I could just chuck the deuce, get out, and just do what I want to do.
I mean, bro, and that's why I believe that I like my next belief is getting to that residual income and that just where I can
Bro,
wake up and just the money flows in. Like I'm tired of like even and here's the thing, like even if you like you said, you can work and stack bread, you can get your own business and stack bread. That's cool. But at the end of the day, you're trading time in for the most valuable currency of all time, which is time.
oh yeah, oh yeah,
You're giving up time. Like even if it's shit, even if you're getting 1 million, we'll say 1 million a month. Yeah, that's amazing. That's fucking amazing. But at the end of the day, it's like I'd rather make that 100,000 a month for my own businesses where I don't have to really do shit, where I can sleep in all day, and then I can just work on some like random shit, or build like that nonprofit in terms of like building the platform for kids to learn how to write code straight out of high school, and then going to that next career step. Put all my focus in that. I don't really care about the money. I just really care about the cause more than anything else, and then my residual income will pay for everything else, and I can still do the fuck I want, bro.
yeah.
Like that's what I really want, bro. That's what I'm really aiming for, and that's like my next plan in terms of the next 5 to 10 years. And whether it be buying property, whether it be shit, we make these solid investment, whether it be me and May who will find leak up on these casinos, like these those casinos and the gas stations, man. Hey,
We about to make moves because like
we got to, man, because
I got
this
Musa
like
getting trained up. I got my boy PK getting trained up on some things. So got some things in the works.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
I mean, as long
Sora.
as you
I was
got something that works,
talking
though.
about Sanford. Definitely talking about Sanford. That
As
boy.
long as you got something that works, man. Because my mom always said, man, if you ain't trying, you dying.
Yeah,
And at the end of the day, it's like, I
pretty
mean, we can
much.
work for another, how old are we? Like, oh, we work for another 30 years to be goddamn supposedly retire. And then just keep doing this shit if we want to. Or we can
Like
just
that's what I
live,
keep
man.
telling
Live these
people.
next
Like
30 years.
we like if you work in tech and you're not like a bum, like if you're just like an average tech employee and you just like keep progressing in your career, you will be a millionaire by the time you retire. You know what I mean? Like unless you have bad luck. But like if you're like a programmer, you'll retire a millionaire.
If you manage
Or
your money correctly.
yeah, like or you can just, be a millionaire faster and buy your time. Like that's all what it comes down to.
Yeah.
That's,
Buy
that's what
your
I was
time.
telling Musa the other day. I'm like, bro, like we got this opportunity. We're smart. We might as well try. What's that 2 Chain song? I can sleep when I die.
Yeah. I mean, you got it from Jeezy,
Yeah.
Hey, it's just like spot on, man. When you think about it, it's just how long really because like we have our 10-year plan that we both came up with, but
Yep.
we don't want to write code after 10 years.
Mm-mm.
And shit, the 10 years is coming up. It's like
Yeah.
2.5, 3 years until then.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
roughly, yeah. So
Yeah.
I get these businesses like I'm like I told Musa the other day, like, yo, my target for this next year is $1 million. So gotta make some moves somehow.
And I believe in you, bro. And
Oh
that's
yeah,
what you need. Like,
like I
believe,
know.
bro.
That's what I'm saying, man. After this podcast, bro. I mean, we was talking about it before the podcast too. Like,
Mm-hmm.
we could pull it off. And
Yeah.
then what you're working on, that could blow up too, 100%. It's all about
Yeah.
figuring out the right business plan with the tech product itself.
Yeah, which I gotta talk to you about that too. I have like different models that I want to go after.
Mhm.
One's like a possible subscription based inside, mainly high volume or anything else, but we can talk. But
Mhm.
I believe in that, bro, because I don't want to keep working forever, bro. Like it really sucks, and it really like I'm gonna be real, bro. I don't. I want to build that company more than anything else that people like us feel welcome. And when
Yeah,
I
like
mean welcome, it's just like people like us are there.
yeah,
You know what I
like
mean?
being able to like put people on, like that was something that I was thinking about, right? Because like there's multiple ways to make a lot of money and like have a lot of companies. Like there's companies where it's like one or two people making $1 million, or then there's companies where you might have 100 employees and you're making one or two, like a couple $1 million, but now you got all these folks employed. They're all able to support their families. So like you're bringing up like the poverty level to like you're making people middle class. You're making middle class people into the upper middle class and what have you. And so like that's something that's a goal of mine. Like whatever company I do, like I want to put my people on. I want to expand just so I can help people like support their families and shit in a nice way, rather than like you having to support your family with a bullshit job. You might as well have a cool, fun job that's not that stressful.
Yeah, something you enjoy and
Yeah,
something that
like,
actually values your time in terms of like being an actual human being outside of work.
yeah,
But
right.
I forgot the name of the company, but there was a company like that where this guy pretty much he lowered his own as a CEO. He lowered his own salary to 70,000,
I
and
saw
the
that. Yeah,
minimum salary across the board. I mean, janitor anyone was 70 grand.
yeah, and he was just like, everyone makes 70 grand minimum, and you can make more. But I
Yeah,
was like, dude, what a nice thing to do, right? Like, because like he was like, yo, I'm already rich. I don't need more. And I was like, yo, like I ain't saying I'm gonna do all that. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like I'm also trying to get rich, but no, but like pay people, like do some type of profit share. Like if we make a lot of money, everyone gets fat bonuses.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
like thinking about these fan companies and stuff. Like when's the last time they gave all their employees fat bonuses?
I
Never.
recently got one.
Hmm?
Oh, but you
What's
said
that?
a fan company?
Fang, like Facebook, Apple,
Oh,
Google.
oh, yeah. I'm not
No, they
sure.
don't.
I'm
They don't
not
be
well
giving
aware. Yeah,
because
yeah,
like they don't give profit bonuses. Like they have performance bonuses and stuff like that, but they
yeah.
don't do. Hey, the company just made $100 billion this year. Everyone get an extra 10 racks or something. Even that's like that's not a thing. At these companies.
They'll just say, "Hey guys, we have
Thanks for
cake
your
in
good
the
work.
cafeteria, but
Yeah.
you have to stay to the dinner shift. So that means if you work a little late, you might as well stay. Or hey, you want to bring your dog? We have a dog park in the middle. Just bring your dog here and stay at work.
we've got PlayStations in the break room. It's like, bro.
Oh gosh, PlayStations. You have switches too, but
Shout out. I mean,
yeah,
not to shit on these companies because we're incredibly fortunate that we get to work in this field, I guess. Not just like luck, but obviously hard work. But like at the end of the day, even though we're getting paid a lot of money compared to a lot of people, we're still not getting compensated fairly. And that's
you're
like
right.
I have to like keep reminding people,
Oh,
It's like a lot of people will think, oh, you're making like $100,000 a year. What are you crying about? Like you see the debates on Twitter all the time.
Man, I ain't making no money, but I tell people all the time, I ain't making no money,
Bro,
but
I because like because I know what my company is getting on my behalf. I know how much money my company's making off of my work. So it's like,
yeah,
to
exactly.
be fair, no employee is going to make 100% of like the profit that they're bringing to a company. Otherwise, there would be no company. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like there would be no profit then. But
true.
the margins are a little bit skewed right now, I would say, for tech workers. Like
Yeah,
you're getting
there's
paid a
all.
hundred thousand, but you make your company $1 million a year. Like, bro,
I mean, same
pay me
thing. If
10%.
you're making a quarter mil, then you're making them $1 billion.
Yeah, like
I
okay.
mean, okay, cool. mean, that's why I said, the ownership, that residual income, that's what I'm going for, man. That's what I'm going for. Keys to the actual pot, you
Keys
know.
open doors.
Exactly. But hey, that's what I'm striving for, man. That's what I believe in. That's what I believe in the next steps. That's what I believe in working on my side venture I'm working on now. That's what I believe on linking up with you on something. I mean, hell, I was trying to see if they got a Whole Foods in West Cobb or East Cobb. I was gonna say we could definitely go in on some land out there too.
Yeah, we got a Whole Foods up in Kennesaw. It's not too far from here either.
Oh yeah. So Sora, I'm glad you brought this up. I forgot all of it. I read this article today.
What
So
happened?
Facebook or Meta is putting a 47% fee on all transactions that happen in the metaverse. All transactions. 47%. So it's like that's killing like YouTube, which YouTube's kind of fucking ridiculous too as well. Like damn YouTube, I just dished you, but oh well. Like the super chats, all those donations and shit like that you get on YouTube, bro, they take 30+% off the top. But
Apple charges 30%, I think. I think they got sued for it or something, didn't they?
yeah, they had beef with Fortnite with Epic
Mhm.
Games because Epic Game was smart enough to get around it.
Mhm.
So now they're like, the hell, we want that. You guys make $1 billion a month. We want 30% of what goes through our store, which makes sense. But they're like, screw y'all. We found a way to go around this shit. So they had beef. That's why they got sued, countersued. You know how this shit goes. They both have
Mhm.
money to tie it up in the courts forever. But back to it. It's crazy, bro. 47%. So people gonna be buying like all type of shit in that metaverse. There are companies right now who are just startups strictly for metaverse avatars. And
Yeah, I mean, that's what half
they're like
these
a yeah, bro, they're
crypto
$1 billion
NFT projects
valuation
are.
companies.
Yeah, like
Bro.
my cousin's husband, he buys like NFT land for a few different metaverses, and like honestly, I think the Facebook metaverse is going to be the biggest one
Mm-hmm.
because it's Facebook.
Well, meta.
Yeah, but I mean, that's true. But like when you say metaverse, like because it's like because when Sora posted that, I thought he was talking about MetaMask, and I'm like, shit, I got to get all my shit out of MetaMask then. That's initially what I was thinking. I was like, bro.
That's the MetaMask.
But yeah, Meta as in Facebook Meta, yeah. I
Oh shit.
mean, how much does Facebook charge on their regular stuff? I imagine they're charging like because people stream on Facebook and stuff. And
Yeah,
apparently, because like there's this one League of Legends streamer that I watched, and he used to stream on YouTube and Twitch, and he shifted to Facebook gaming because he said they pay him better.
oh.
So like, and
Mm-hmm.
like you do like the donations and all that stuff, and like the subscriptions and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. Like he said, he gets paid better on Facebook than he did on YouTube and Twitch. So I'm wondering like, what is Facebook charging on their platform for their other products? Because I know they'd have like Facebook Marketplace, but like nobody buys anything there. They just link them like, all right, cool, I'll meet you in the Walmart parking
It's,
lot
it's like
and do
Craigslist.
the yeah. But like, because like, why? Why are they charging so much? That's what I'm just trying to understand. Like, what is their business proposition? Because like, if Apple's charging 30%, you would think, all right, the standard is 30%. We're gonna charge the same shit Apple is. Because if anybody comes at us, I'm like, hey, bro, this shit is the standard. That's what everyone's doing. But they're
I
coming
mean,
out saying they don't need bread like that, do they? Because like they
they
got
don't, but
ID.
I think they're revealing their hand in terms of like because everything is shifting towards the rebranding of Meta, how they pushing the metaverse more than anything else. You had all these other billionaires trying to fight to be the first one to go to space. Zuckerberg's like, fuck that. I'm about to make my own little space, digital space.
Yeah.
They already got the Oculus Rifts, the headsets, and everything, so they can give the best integration based on their own products alone. Man.
Yo, low key, just I was watching the Hawks game yesterday on
Mm-hmm.
ESPN. The
Shout out to
Oculus Rift,
Hawks.
sorry, the Meta Rifts that they call them now.
Mm-hmm.
The commercials are so trash, dude.
Wait, you watch basketball in the metaverse?
I mean, you can. My homeboy watches it in PlayStation VR and you sit courtside, and like you can move your head and everything. And he's been doing that for years since like PS4 VR. And I'm
So
pretty sure you can do the same with the Oculus one, but like their ads are so trash. Like there's this one ad where like it was like some fitness woman, and she was reading a comment, and the comment was like, VR, no thanks, I'm not a gamer nerd. Cool. And then the fitness lady's like, she's doing Beat Saber and she's doing like yoga, and she's like, yeah, you can do yoga on a volcano. You can do the best workout of your life, blah 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 blah. And then she looks at the camera, and she goes, does that sound like it's for gamer nerds? And I'm like, bro, this shit is so cornball. Like what? You working out with a headset and you're worried about being called a gamer nerd? I'm like, bro,
you fucking gamer nerd.
And they're advertising this during the NBA. I'm like, bro, why don't you just like advertise that you can sit courtside with your shit?
True. That's what gave me my attention, but that's just funny. Yeah, I'm gonna sit
Because
courtside.
like courtside's gonna cost you a rack.
Go ahead and look around.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't get the all. Well, yeah, you're right. It's gonna cost you the rack. I was gonna say I don't get the all you can eat, all you can drink, but shit, you already paid for it.
It costs you a rack, right? And how much does the Oculus cost? If I had to guess, $300-$400 probably.
I think 3-4.
It's probably the cost of a console, right? Like up to $500, but like you can be courtside.
Yeah, man. I'm just afraid kids not gonna go outside at all anymore. Like it's gonna be worse than like think about it. We used to go outside and just go play. No cell phones, no nothing. You just stay in the neighborhood or don't leave this
Bring
block.
your ass when the streetlights turn on.
Yeah, and you have no way as a parent have no way to contact me, but I'm down the street, so hey, it's cool. But now kids aren't gonna go outside, bro. They just gonna go in the metaverse and just that's it, bro.
The parents is soft too right now too. Like they ain't even letting their kids that want to play outside. I feel like.
I mean, and this is from the outside looking in. Sometimes the parents just give the kids video games just so they can just go do their own thing.
Yeah.
And imagine just having a little metaverse and they're doing their own thing that way. Like
the iPad is the iPad is the babysitter, and then soon it'll be because like like the TV raised us. Everyone used to say like millennials got raised by TV. Now it's like, but at least the TV wasn't everywhere, so like you still had to do some shit. Now with iPads, like you take the iPad with you on car rides. You go out, like I'm sure like you've seen like you go to a restaurant and like there's like a table and some kids playing on a cell phone or like playing on.
Where it's just like, here, kid, I don't want to deal with you. Take my phone.
Yeah, shut up.
That's just how it is now.
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna be worse with this whole like this whole metaverse thing, man. Because think about how bad it is with Fortnite.
Yeah, I mean, the Matrix is coming. That shit is gonna happen.
Yeah, my nephew hit me up.
Roblox is gonna kill us all.
He asked for $8 for Fortnite, bro. $8. I thought something was wrong when he asked me for money, but he asked me just for $8, and I was like, "All right, I'll send you 10. I'll send you 10."
It's like, bro.
But we gotta, man. All right, so we gotta for our next episode, we definitely gotta do a deep dive into this metaverse shit. I forgot I got Orange Theory in 30 minutes, so I gotta get ready soon.
True.
Well, we can call it on that note, man. You want to do the YouTube cadence? The algorithms.
I can't even keep a straight face trying to do it.
Hello, YouTube. We are the P Street Devs. We are here. We are back next week. We are back next Thursday. Same time, same place. You already know what time it is. I ain't gonna do the bullshit anymore. Hey man, be sure to like, subscribe, check us out.
Appreciate y'all hanging with us. If you're live, appreciate you. If you're not live, we still appreciate you. If you audio only, shout outs to you.
Shout out to you, man, because you're probably in traffic right now, or you just
on a hike,
or you might be on a hike. Shout out to Jamal. Yeah. Hey, appreciate everybody tuning in. Appreciate the love as always. We are out. We are gone. You got any more on the outro? Just peace.
We good.
All right, peace. Hey, everybody. Believe.